Good morning, everyone. Sorry I wasn't on yesterday. My dog had surgery and he's not doing the best, so he's sleeping right now, right here, but I've just been really preoccupied with that, so sorry about that. But we are just going to do a masculine check-in, kind of what they're not expressing right now, because a lot of you aren't in communication, so I know it's really hard when you're not in communication and you haven't, like, you're going crazy and you have no idea what's going on with your masculine. This Knight of Cups did just come out, so I think a lot of them are thinking of coming forward to kind of express some of those emotions, but they've been in hermit mode, thinking, so we'll just jump right into it. Spirit, what is the divine masculines not expressing to their divine feminines right now? What are the divine masculines not expressing to their feminines right now while they're in hermit mode? What are the masculines not expressing to their feminines? So the first thing they're not expressing is their emotions. Doesn't surprise me. We got the King of Cups here. He feels a lot of emotions. He just doesn't really know how to express them much. He's not very good at that. So that's where we are. At least he's in King energy. He is processing those emotions. We do have the Knight of Cups and the Knight... Oh, wow. We do have the Knight of Swords, so he wants to communicate with you, but he's stuck in his own head with the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords, so he's not sleeping well. He's not, he's getting messages from Spirit, and he wants to come forward. He's just not. He's stopping his self. I'll clarify that to see why. Got the Four of Pentacles here, so he's holding back, which we know with this. So, but I'll clarify this little section over here. Let's see what else we've got. So we've got the Seven of Cups, confusion, feeling overwhelmed, going through all those emotions, processing them. Eight of Pentacles, he is trying to work on that. He's trying to work on his communication. He's trying to work on understanding how he feels, why he's still thinking about you after all this time. For most of you, you've been in separation for a while, right? And he can't understand why he still daydreams about you. He's trying to work on himself and try to figure out, why do I still think about her? Why do I still have emotions for her? Because usually in normal 3D relationships, you break up with someone and a month later, like, they don't even cross your mind, right? Well, you're always on his mind. It's very overwhelming for him because you're always in his emotions. No matter what he does, he tries to keep himself so occupied with stuff to do, so this doesn't come up for him, but it doesn't matter because you always come up, no matter what he's doing. You guys could work together here. This is the working card, the Eight of Pentacles. So he could see you at work or be at work and constantly think about you if you guys work together. We've got the Five of Wands here. So this is outside conflict. I am also feeling this is just conflict within himself. Like his mind and his heart, they're fighting. His ego, his soul, they're fighting. It's like he's trying to forget about you, but at the same time, he can't forget about you. So he is, going within right now. Nine of Cups, seeing what makes him happy. What is his wish fulfillment? What can he do to make himself happy? Why hasn't he put his self first for a very long time? Most of them are in karmic relationships or in karmic situations where they're not happy at all, but they still stay there. I also feel like if there is a karmic partner that's also coming up, fighting this, it's wrong for me to leave, but he's working through all those emotions. It's kind of like scatterbrained, like One second he thinks one thing, the other second he thinks another. He's not really sure, so he is processing those right now. We got the Page of Pentacles. He does want to be your friend, Divine Feminine. I know it's really hard to just be friends with your masculine because it's not just a friendship. I mean, you're best friends. You match on every level, mind, body, soul. You know, and it's really hard, especially when your masculine says, I just want to be your friend. Because they don't just want to be your friend, but they don't want to lose you either. So it's like, well, if I'm with somebody or I have this situation, whatever excuse he uses that you guys can't be together, it's like, will you please at least be my friend? And you've got to make a decision if you can do that or not. Personally, I can't. It's all or nothing. I did just see 555, so that is big changes. So emotionally, he is changing a lot because he's starting to understand that he's been going down the wrong path here. This is making a choice, the Two of Wands. Which path do I take, right? He's finally choosing the lighted path. Hopefully. Some of them, we've got the Devil here, so your masculine could be a Capricorn or you could be a Capricorn. Some of them are still going to continue the karmic cycle. I know nobody wants to hear that, but some of them aren't ready to, they're just not ready. It's just not the time to be together. But most of them are picking the lighted path here instead of staying in toxic karmic cycles and situations. And they tell you, oh, I just want to be your friend. But the ones who are picking the right path, the divine path that they're supposed to be on, they finally realize that. And they will come forward with a message. If this could just be a small starting over, right? This is talking like in person, something physical in person, maybe a letter. They could want to meet up with you to talk about some things, to try to make it easier for them. A lot of them think that you don't care about them anymore, right? They think, oh, it's been so long. I've hurt her so much. She doesn't even want to be with me. She doesn't care about me. And that's what they tell themselves. And so it's like they kind of want to send a message or talk to you to kind of see where you're at. It's kind of like coming forward to see where you are in terms of them. If you hate them, or if you don't like them, or if you're angry, and then they'll kind of go off of that to make their decision. Okay. They want to be with you. They just are having so much conflict within. And that does have to do with this toxic energy. You know, it is God's Spirit's divine plan for twins to come together, but the negative energies surrounding that, twins are so powerful that it's like at all costs, that energy will do what it can for the twins not to come together. So keep that in mind. And if your masculine does contact you, don't be angry with him. I wouldn't, because he's trying to see where you stand, right? In a way that's making it not seem like that. He's just trying to process his emotions. And since you are his best friend, you can help him do that. It's just he doesn't want to come out and say that. Okay, because of this Nine of Swords and 8 of Swords here, he is holding back, but he does want to speak on this. Spirit, what is this 9 of Swords, 8 of Swords energy? What's holding the masculine back? What's holding the masculine back? This flipped over, Temperance, I'm going to put it back. But just, having to balance out the energy within him. Spirit, what is holding the masculine back from coming forward to his divine feminine? Why won't he talk to her? What's holding the masculine back? What's this 9 of Swords, 8 of Swords energy? What is this 9 of Swords, 8 of Swords energy, Spirit? Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, so this didn't give me much clarification. We do have the Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands in reverse. So This is him holding himself back. He really wants to rush forward, but he's not. Something's not letting him. His own mind's not letting him. It could be he could be in a soulmate relationship. So soulmate relationships are a lot different than karmic relationships, because those people are actually, like, they can live with them, you know, they care about them, they have feelings for them, and it's not toxic. It's just like a normal 3D relationship. So that could be holding him back. You know, he doesn't want to mess that up per se, and not really know what would happen with the feminine. It's like he's comfortable in his life where he's at and who he's with. It'll never be the love that you guys share, and he knows that, but it's kind of like he could settle for this. Spirit isn't letting him settle, though, because the twins are supposed to come together, okay? We got the aisle. Maybe some of you will be walking down the aisle. We got the owl here. So that's higher perspective. And it's like, no matter, even if this person is a soulmate, okay? And it's a fine relationship. There's nothing really toxic about it. You know, they get along, they have fun, they care about each other, they love each other. They're not in love with each other, but they love each other, you know? And it's kind of like, even if they're with this person and everything's fine, once they met their feminine, like once they met you, it changed everything, because they thought that's what love was, and they realized that's not what love is. It's true unconditional love with my feminine. But it's really, really hard to leave these situations as well, because the other person, they didn't do anything wrong, and they don't want to hurt anybody. So that's really difficult. So I get that for some of you. They are just with soulmates, and it makes it, you know, we've got the King of Pentacles here. This is husband. So they could be married to somebody already that they care about, they don't want to hurt. And, you know, it really sucks. It does. But Spirit is not letting them forget you, because ultimately you guys are supposed to be together. So I personally believe if you met your twin out of all these billions of people on the earth, you are meant to be together in this lifetime. So a lot of readers and people say, oh, you might not be meant to be together in this lifetime. I don't believe that. I believe that God, the universe, Spirit wouldn't allow you to know your twins. They wouldn't allow you to meet and share that love if you weren't supposed to be together. So, and my guides have told me that numerous times. But they find it, they kind of just feel content with where they're at. If this is a soulmate that they're with. This is not the same as karmic relationships. So, you know, you'll know the difference, and you might not know. The person could really be, you know, a manipulator, and, you know, your masculine could just not talk about them. So, but they're not in love with them. They love them, but they're not in love because they're in love with you, feminine. But it just makes it more difficult. Let's see a different side of things. Spirits, this is 9 of Swords and 8 of Swords energy. What is holding this masculine back? Also, I heard his love for you scares him to death. So that also could be holding him back, why he's not coming forward. He really wants to, especially with all this night energy here. Spirit, what is... Oh, also, you could be with somebody, feminine. If you're with somebody, that's why your masculine's not coming forward, because he thinks you're happy. He thinks you, you know, are in this great relationship, and he won't come forward. He won't ruin that for you. He thinks it would be ruining it for you, since you're so happy. So if you are with somebody and you're thinking about your masculine all the time, you want to be with them, ask yourself, why am I still with this person if I truly am in love with somebody else? It's not fair to you. It's not fair to the other person. You know, they have their ultimate person. So, you know, no judgment for me, but just ask yourself that question, you know? Spirit, what's this 9 and 8 of Swords energy? Why aren't the masculines coming forward to talk to their divine feminine? Why aren't the masculines coming forward? Got the Ace of Swords, the Two of Cups, the Hangman. Yeah, some of them, okay. With the Ten of Cups here, this is a family situation. Some of them, you'll know, it could be all of them, you know, for all I know. You know your situation, but some of them know that they feel they're stuck in a family dynamic, or they're also stuck feeling like they're not worthy of your love. So that's why, you know, they're scared of rejection. They're scared that they've hurt you so much you're not going to reciprocate. But some of them are literally stuck in a family dynamic. This guy's losing money here. So I feel like he also is scared to get divorced or leave because he thinks he will lose a lot of money. The divine masculines don't really understand that this is divine. So you will have so much abundance, even if you lost, you know, some of what you worked for. When you're with your divine feminine, everything intensifies and is doubled. So their money would just continue to grow more than they could ever expect. But they just don't realize that. So they feel like they're stuck in this family situation. They're stuck not thinking they're worthy of the love, that, you know, the feminine would be happier without them. So that's a reason they're not coming forward. They do know the truth about you, though. They do know that they love you. Even if they're with somebody else, even if they're in a family, even if they're married, it doesn't matter. You are in their heart. You are on their mind. You are their soul, and they know that. So if they are acting like they're so happy and everything's fine and, you know, they don't care and let's just be friends, right? They don't want to just be friends either. They just don't want to lose you. They can't stand the thought or the feeling that they feel when they don't have you in their energy fields, okay? So if you cut them off completely, they'll be like, let's just be friends, you know, let's have some kind of relationship so I don't feel so lost. So that's why some of them are not coming forward. We also have here the Page of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Star. So I feel like also some of them think this is too good to be true, or that you deserve so much better than them. A lot of this stems down to self-worth and caring about your own happiness, putting yourself first, right? But a lot of them think that you deserve better than them. They can't give you what you deserve, and you know, financially or stability, or they've lied to you, and so they just think that they're not good enough for you. They think that you deserve better, and some of them think that it's too good to be true. Like the Star card here, this is like a wish, a miracle. This is like everything you ever dreamed of, right? Like it's like they do want this. They just think it's too good to be true because they don't love themselves enough to understand that they deserve this divine love. One other thing I'm getting is if you are in some kind of situation, or they could be spying on you here, feminine, on social media, and they could know that you have, you know, a lot of suitors, a lot of options, a lot of other people wanting your attention, and it kind of makes them feel a little small, like she's gonna take this other offer, you know, why would I come forward now? So that could also be a reason too, or it could be all the reasons. You know your masculine better than I do. Spirit, what is this devil here? What's this devil? I feel like this is just being stuck in some kind of energy where, again, they're feeling like they're not good enough. That's why they're fighting themselves, you know, back and forth. But they're trying to work on their self-love with this Nine of Cups here. So that's beautiful. And the Eight of Pentacles. Spirit, what's this devil? What's this devil energy? Okay. So we've got the moon here. That's fear, anxiety, not knowing, the what ifs, right? The Two of Swords, being blindfolded, not seeing the truth. They do see the truth now with that Ace of Swords that we had, or they will very soon. But right now they're kind of feeling in the dark. They don't know which way to go. They don't know what to do. Again, we've got the Hangman and the Ten of Cups. So a lot of them are stuck in family situations. And they feel like they're a bad, evil person if they leave those situations, even though they're not happy. They don't really know what to do about that. Again, this is not understanding your emotions. They're working on that, but it's taking some time. We've also got the Page of Wands here. They're getting messages from Spirit. Wands are spirituality. They're getting those messages from Spirit. They're having light bulb moments. They're having aha moments. But it's like it's still just a page, right? So it's like they're getting all these signs and synchronicities. I feel like their past loved ones are contacting them, grandparents, and it's like they don't understand because they're stuck so far in the 3D world that it's like they don't understand all this supernatural stuff happening to them. That's why they're trying to process this all. They're kind of they're scared. I'm just gonna say that they're scared to leave family situations. They're scared to get divorced. They're scared to leave toxic situations that they are comfortable in. They're just comfortable. We did have this Knight of Pentacles though, so they are moving forward. It's just extremely fucking slow, which the masculines are always slow. Top of the deck, we've got the Queen of Cups, so you could be a water sign or they could be dealing with a water sign. But I really feel like they could be stuck in this family dynamic with Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Okay, it doesn't have to be. They could have that in their chart. It's like they give and give and give with the Tower here, and it just keeps falling down no matter how hard they try. And they are starting to understand that no matter how hard they try, it's going to keep falling down because it's not supposed to be. But it's like this negative energy is holding them back. Spirit, what is going on with the masculine towards his feminine right now? What's going on with the masculine towards his feminine? Yep, religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So they could be Christian, Catholic, some different religion. If they are married, I can't get divorced because of God. I can't break my vows. Well, most of them have already committed adultery. So God forgave them for that. They'll forgive them for getting divorced too. I'm not condoning divorce, so don't come for me, but I am saying if you're not happy in a relationship and you're supposed to be somewhere else and you know that, then you should follow your heart, because that's you being your authentic soul, your authentic self. Some people get married and it's not to the right person, okay? You have one life to live. You shouldn't spend it in a relationship where you're not being fulfilled. And I don't care who you are. We do have Release Your Ex very soon and wedding. So again, they could be married, whoever I'm speaking to. This situation involves marriage very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So they're tired of trying the same thing over and over again. I feel like they're really going to be enlightened and have this final aha moment where they know that this relationship isn't going to work and I want to be with my feminine. And it's going to happen very soon. They're very soonly making this decision to follow the light. Okay, some of them will not. I'm just going to put it out there. Some of them won't. They're not ready to. They still have to learn the lesson. Still have to continue the karmic wheel over and over again until they finally it clicks, right? But very soon they're going to release their ex, and they need to release their ex because they're not happy. It's not fair to them. It's not fair to their ex. It's not fair to you, feminine. We do have weddings, so a lot of them could be married. And then we have engagement under that. So this says your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So I also feel like very soon your masculine is going to reach out and want to talk to you about your guys' commitment. We've got getting to know each other on the top. So this is getting to know each other, okay? Especially if you haven't been in contact, spending time together, seeing where this could go, right? Spirit, what is going on with the masculine that he is not sharing with the divine feminine? What's going on with the masculine that he's not sharing with the divine feminine? What's going on with the masculine? If this resonates, please comment and let me know. I love hearing from you guys. Subscribe to join my little tribe and like so it reaches more people. It's all free content, and it takes 1 second to hit the like button. Spirit, what's going on with the divine masculine that he's not sharing with the divine feminine? Okay. So we've got karmic relationship, fleeting triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go and loving you. So we knew he was in this relationship here, soulmate or karmic, that he needs to leave. We've got addiction, codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a black restraint. This is them realizing that this karmic relationship that they're in, or even soulmate relationship, it's codependent. The reason they stay is because they feel comfortable. They know what's going to happen. They don't have to really fight for anything. They know if the karmic were to leave them, they wouldn't really care. They might be a little upset, but it's a lot different from your divine feminine hurting you or leaving you, because that would literally kill them. So it's just a safe place because they already know what's going to happen in that relationship. We've got boat here. Receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, closure issue. So this to me is this Page of Wands here, Spirit saying, listen, you need to open your eyes now. It's time to make a decision. It's time to move forward. Why are you keeping yourself stuck in a situation that you don't even want to be in just because you're comfortable? Change is hard. Masculines hate change, okay? I'm a feminine and I hate change. But I know in order for me to grow and in order for me to put myself first and be happy, change has to happen. A lot of them don't realize that this change is going to be the best thing that ever happened to them because they're scared. They would rather stay in situations that don't serve them because it's comfortable. But now they're receiving what they need to move forward, to move on. We're having a progression with the masculines because they keep getting these signs and synchronicities and they're constantly thinking about you. They can't make it go away. They fight it and they fight it, but it doesn't stop. It never stops. So as much as you think about your masculine, feminine, he's thinking about you as well, okay? It's a constant loop of your guys' energy together. And under that, we have healthy choices. So finally, this is, making healthy choices in love and life, self-love, self-care, being happier. This is the message that the masculine is getting. You need to make healthy choices. You need to set boundaries. You need to leave this situation that's not serving you anymore. Making healthy choices, loving himself so he can be happy. We do have separation in reverse here. So this is usually sadness, missing you, thinking about you, unsure of the future. But I feel like with this here, it's like he wants to close the gap on your guys' separation. He wants to close the gap. He doesn't want to be separated. He knows you're his wife, his husband. He knows that you're the one for him. He knows that you're his future. So he wants to close that gap. Also, for the ones that are married already, they're not separated yet. That's what I got from this. They're not separated yet. The thought of separation is there. It's there and it's heavily there, but it's not happening quite yet until he makes this choice to love himself. Okay? Spirit, what's the divine masculine not sharing with his feminine at this time? What's the masculine not sharing with his feminine at this time? What is the masculine not sharing? So, yeah. Separation again. Separation is very painful for him. Do you see this broken heart here? It's not just painful for you, Divine Feminine. It's extremely painful for him as well. And he's not letting that show, okay? But with this mirroring card here, he is marrying you. So if you pay attention and you try hard enough, you will be able to feel him, okay? Also, if you're with somebody, like feminine, if you have a karmic partner or you're with a soulmate, he will leave his karmic partner or soulmate once you leave because you guys mirror each other. So if you're doing things that you don't want him to do, but you're doing it to him, he's going to mirror that right back to you because it needs to be healed, okay? But you're both upset about the situation. He's feeling really, really regretful that he's not with you, that he's not by your side, especially with the way the world is right now with all the rioting and violence. It's scary, and he wants to protect you, but he can't at this moment. He can, but he's choosing not to, and he really regrets not being there to take care of you at this time, not knowing that you're okay. We do have pause and patience. For some reason, I just heard Paul, so if your masculine's name is Paul, this is a message for you. A pause and patience here. So basically, he's telling you, I need to pause. I need to take a step back because I have all these emotions that I need to go through and work through. Please be patient with me. I know we hate this card. I hate this card because, you know, you've been patient for so long, and it's like, how much longer do you expect me to be patient? But that's part of the Divine Feminine's journey, is learning patience, okay? Learning that even if you're not with your masculine, to unconditionally love them is to still love them, okay? Not be mad at them and angry, and understand that they have their own journey that they're going through. We've got communication. So pause and patience for this communication here. He still has to receive some things from the universe, from spirit. He's thinking about this all the time. The signs, the synchronicities that he's getting, it's coming in. Spirit's talking to him. And that's what this pause is about. That's what this separation is about. It's causing destruction. And also this, we've got mute under here. It's causing him destruction by also not talking to you. You not sharing your energy with him. It causes destruction in his life. It causes destruction in his life when he's not following his soul path. Which is ultimately being with you and being on your mission together. So him not following that, it will continue to cause destruction in his life until he finally opens his eyes and says, okay, this is a common factor here in my life. It's not the feminine's fault. It's happening because of him not going down the right path of being with his feminine. And he's receiving that information here. So we got mute, you know, pause, patience. This communication is coming in. He's thinking about it. But he wants to, it's like he's thinking about what the right thing to say is as well. You know how some people stand in front of the mirror and like talk to themselves before a job interview or stuff like that. That's kind of what he's doing. But just like in his head, some of them could really be doing that. But like in his head, like, how do I go about this? How do I fix this? How do I apologize? How do I tell her she was right? How do I make her believe that when I come back, I'm going to stay this time? That's what they're worried about. So I'm just going to get a couple messages here and then we will close out. Spirit, what does the masculine want to tell his feminine right now? What does the masculine want to tell his feminine right now? got spooked. Yeah. He didn't just get spooked. He got fucking scared shitless. That's what happened. I wish I could take back the things I said. So if he was, said, oh, let's just be friends. Oh, I only care about you as a friend. Oh, you don't mean anything to me. Or if he was really mean about something, I don't believe any of this. I don't care what you say. I don't believe in twins. I don't, he wishes he could take that back because that's not the truth. I'm more affected than you know. So he's changing, even if you can't see it. If you can't see it in the 3D, that does not mean he's not changing, okay? I feel badly for the way that I treated you. You didn't deserve that. So some of your masculines have treated you really unfairly. You've been there for them. You've loved them no matter what, and they still kind of treated you like shit. And they're really sorry for that. They feel bad about it. They think about it all the time, which is some of what's holding them back because they treated you so unfairly that they don't think that you'll forgive them. I miss you regardless of how things seem. Absolutely they do. You're in their heart constantly. You're on their mind constantly. They miss the fuck out of you. Is it possible to forgive and forget? So that's what they're contemplating right now. Is she going to take me back? Is she going to forgive me? I mean, I treated her so bad. I don't know if she's going to... Am I going to get rejected? Can I really stay this time? Can I be the man that she needs me to be? This is what they're thinking. And then we've got you inspire me. And also, your mind and heart always comes back to you, which is what I said earlier. Spirit, what does the masculine want to tell his feminine right now? What does the masculine want to tell his feminine right now? There you go. I know I made a huge mistake. So if you're in a situation, obviously if you're in separation, I don't know exactly what happened, but you're not together. And whatever he did, if he went back to somebody, if he chose someone else over you, if he just said, my career is more important, whatever, he knows it was a huge mistake. Because you're irreplaceable. So even if he's with somebody else, I don't care what he says. If he is your true twin, he feels the same way about you that you feel about him. And you are irreplaceable. And he knows that. And he's telling you that, feminine, you are irreplaceable. Please don't be sad because you are the most important thing in my life, even if I don't act like it. The thoughts of you still do things to me. Absolutely. He thinks about you constantly. I will come back for you. So he is going to come back. Like I said, if you're a true twin, your twin will come back. They always do. I wish I had told you how much you really meant to me. This is beautiful because they didn't. Some of them didn't say that. Some of them just said, I, again, only love you like a friend. Let's just be friends. And they didn't really express much, right? You were the one always expressing your love, and they were kind of just ignored it or didn't answer or say, I don't feel the same. And they really wish they would have told you how much that you meant to them. Even though I don't show it, I am sorry for how things went between us, and I can't take this anymore. So the stuff that they're receiving from Spirit, they can't take it anymore. That's why they're about to make this decision. That's why they're about to break. And even though they don't show it, they are very, very sorry about what has happened. Okay, Divine Feminine. I hope that helped, guys. My dog just woke up and he's whining. So I'm going to head out of here. But I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Thank you.